Okay, so recently I unlocked all of the items in this section that will actually help you do the batch system. So if you go here and you click on the screen, it'll actually always most of the time be red now from now on, where before it was red because you had something going on. Now it's because there's so many things going on that it's just always going to throw it in your face. But here you can do your dailies. You can actually click batch processing, and anything programmed into this will automatically be done. So, for example, all of the things, the house chores that you would have normally had to do, a lot of these things that you could do, and for example, like start a chore. If you wanted to submit an offering, it could do that for you. Eat a mushroom if you wanted to. You can even eat the type of mushroom at the type of level. So let's just start with other at the bottom right. Partner rent. Let's just get that out of the way. Now we no longer have to look for the rent in the partner section. We just always hit the batch system one time per day, two times per day, three times every time you log in, and you'll automatically get whatever's down there, the one time per that day. Here you can actually go to auto batch as well. We'll go ahead and do the black tadpoles as well. We'll leave that alone. And this is just for this section. It just shows you where it is. And here, that's done. So now every time you come in, you check in, it'll automatically collect your black tabs or white tabs, whatever it is you choose to do. And you can go ahead and at the end of the week as well, when the little cap breaks, it'll automatically refill on the next day. So it'll collect all that stuff for you. Here for the mushrooms, you can actually tell the batch system to eat one. So let's just do this. And we usually want to prioritize orange, and we would like to do one a day. And then start of prioritization fungus, we always want to go with it doesn't matter. I just put none because sometimes it'll stop. It won't eat unless it looks for that. So what you want to go ahead and just say is any random orange is always going to be better than anything below it. So always eat your orange. Always eat orange or gold, whatever they are. Add vending machine. This is where you can go ahead and spend tickets. We don't want to do this one. We want to go ahead and decide later. That, or just leave it alone. Just ignore this for now. Leave that one alone because if you run out of tickets, then you will. There'll be days where you just don't have time to skip the ads, and there'll be days that you can watch ads, and so you watch the ads. You just set your phone down or whatever, and daydream or whatever for the 30 seconds or however long these things last for. And there'll be days that you're like, oh shit, I'm in a rush, hit, and you still have a bank of those tickets. The normal mail, I just click that on. Anything that goes into the mailbox for, let's say, like your weeklies, anything that comes up here, basically here, like this section up here, it just automatically does it for you. Um, let's see what else we have. We want to go ahead and go back to other. We want to go ahead and partner favored relic. Sure, that's fine. I hit yes to that. We go ahead and organ recycle. I like doing that. Special in the backpack. Anything special that goes in the backpack, you can actually open it. So if, for example, if there are in the backpack, let's say there's poops or reagent, like a master reagent box or whatever, and it comes out. Alchemy is actually what it's called. If you have an alchemy box or something like that, it'll automatically open it for you, so you don't have to. It's just it's a quality of life thing. So what else do I do? I go into the special section. I don't do this multi-submission. I definitely do this because this right now helps me when, okay, so species wars is kind of boring. It's actually very boring. So this takes away a lot of the monotony. So you don't have to worry about uh, clicking and opening certain things. It'll just collect all of the things that are out there available for you for the most part. Multiplayer display. This is finished item display incident via batch processing, auto display, relic gear. Okay, so this one's really good because if it's asking you to display something that you have, it'll automatically do it for you, so you can help the team by not doing that much work to help the team because it's very time consuming. This one is batch processing helps you claim solo missions. Yes, sir. I yes, sir, to that. And then war wards. This one just helps you claim chest rewards automatically. It's not going to be any skin off your back. If you're a person that doesn't ever like collect these, you can go into the species war section, and so if we go into the extraction device and we click details, it'll take us directly to it. And I have 11 just because I don't use them. Our team, again, my team, our club is strong enough so that we don't necessarily need to use these right now. If we start getting really close into the T7 section and we're on whatever, then I'll use them. It's always nice to have. If you're struggling in the early stages, sure, definitely have it. So this will automatically extract it for you, and you can have your little bank and stuff like that. It's not like a lot. If I wanted to go ahead and spend these right now, yes, I would get the 50, and I would get a whole bunch of these, but that's not important right now. What's important is for me later on to get the T7, because right now we're getting T6 regularly, and it's not even a big deal. So it's gonna get used at some point anyway. And who knows, maybe these will be maybe 75 later, so it'll still grow, or maybe be of better value. So if I wanted to go here, yep, that's all we have, and then it'll extract it for you. Okay, cool. Moving forward, we can go do the clubs, and the club section here, what I normally do is this is collecting your free one, and I actually like to spend 50 white tabs every time so that I can collect an extra few of these guys right here, the star coins. So I am going to leave it at 50. 50 is not a very, very high price of white tabs to pay for anything in this game. So to me, it's almost like basically getting it for free. So I'm going to always do that. In the nursery, it's asking for a cloning tank. This one doesn't. This one asks you to go ahead and make your own choices, which is fine. The batching system for the chores section, I don't have too much experience in, because I don't like the idea of the computer possibly spending all my tabs looking for something. And if it works out that, let's say 400 white tabs is the maximum it'll go over, that's still 400 that I'm not prepared to lose. I don't want to lose 400 looking for certain chores and stuff. So I usually don't mess with this one. I'm sorry. I just don't have when the chores come up, right? And you'll see a green one or a white one or something like that, or even a blue one. I always fast forward those. I always refresh them. I refresh them until I get purple. And when I see a purple, I just claim it, because all I care about is the Master Scroll shards. That's all I really care about. I don't really care about the white, the green, and the blue, right? And I usually also don't care about what drops. I don't care that it's demon that sells. I don't care if it's a promoter. It's nice if it's a promoter, but the truth is, it's not a priority for me to keep refreshing until I get that purple. I stop. I'm good. Purple and above, I stop. The museum batch system. This is where you can promote. You can actually, let's say, when you get an S tier or above is when I would promote. I don't promote. I don't have any special rush until I max them out, until I get them like to S plus. That's when I will actually start doing the promotions. Otherwise, I just leave this section alone. All this is going to do is just do it for you. You click this, it'll promote whatever types of cards you have. It's a 24-hour promotion. I don't use it. It boosts the amounts of metals and black tabs and whatever else comes from that area until I have S plus in the museum, because then I feel like it's just a waste of them. Now, I know a lot of people will actually say that's wrong. You should always be promoting, and apparently you can actually promote with white tabs on a daily basis, and that's fine, but I'm just not doing that. That's my personal choice. Wrong or right, that's how I'm doing it. Now we can go to the fissures, and the fissures it'll tell you what you can buy, but since it always changes, it randomizes, it's not really going to give you a batch system. But the auto batching, the auto gathering, that's going to be done for you. So you don't have to go to the fissures and click the machine when it's ready. You don't have to do any of that, because now we have it done automatically for us. Same thing with the rocket quantum amp. So now we don't have to kind of keep an eye out on how much is being produced on the other side. It just automatically does it for you. Here you can actually go ahead and turn this on, and I usually have it at like 2. And when the robots hit 2, you can hit the batch system. I usually hit the batch system every time I log in. So if 2 are done, it'll just collect it, and I don't have to lose sleep about it. And then I could just confirm and leave it at that. So it's gonna collect two drones. It's gonna tell me right now that hey, you don't have 2. Are you sure you don't want to just pick up 1? Yeah. When the 2 comes up, we're good. Give it to me. Relax. All right, cool. So the gene simulator, the same thing with the gene simulator. It'll fight for you, win or lose. The dailies is asking you to do a fight anyway. So either whether you win or lose, you'll see it here, and it'll just do it. If your snail is respawning, it won't fight for you, so you don't have to like really worry about losing, white tabs trying to respawn or anything like that. At least in my experience, that's how it's been for me. As far as spending 1 game controller, if you don't have it, it won't do it for you, so don't worry about it. But it'll give you the snail arena. It'll fight for you 1 time in the snail arena per batch. So every time you click this, it'll do it for you. Like, for example, if you get 6 per day, if you get 2, I think it's 2 or 3 daily. If you go ahead and you buy some in the vending machine, you have to either go in manually and do them yourself or hit the batch system a whole bunch of times. At that point, I just go ahead and go to the arena myself and make sure that I use them up, because sometimes you can beat somebody a little higher, and so I like to actually do that one myself without having to sit here and be like, batch system, who cares? You're going to see the same thing over and over. It's faster to actually go in there and watch the fights. I don't know. That's me personally. Home resources. Here, you can just click this. It's just going to harvest your time machine and whatever else. This is going to, all the other stuff. This is good because it's just going to harvest everything that's in this section right here. So all this right here, it's just going to do it for you. 1 click of a button. I mean, technically, it's 1 click of the button now. But for example, like if there's an orange and there's a piece of poop there, if there is a can that somebody threw over, and if there's a crow, those just get done. Excuse me. Those just get done regardless. They'll just automatically do that for you. So that's one less thing, like 5 or 6 different steps. It sounds like a lazy thing that we're lazy and that it's just quality of life. This is all quality of life. Imagine every game you play right now on your cell phone or whatever game, on a touch of a button, you can do a lot of your daily things without having to worry about them. That is no, I've never played a game that does this. Like they want you to go to this section, and they want you to click on this button, and they want you to hear this noise that drops dopamine and ooh, look, special reward and blah blah blah. Here they don't. This game is not trying to beat you over the head about those kinds of things. I love this game. I fucking love it. So all right, so now we're in the vending machine section. Here in the vending machine section, I want to go ahead, and I always want to make sure that it always buys this. So we always want that. We always want to spend the one white tab. Here we always want to spend the 600 white tabs on the wish coin, and I actually like to do 1 game controller. Let me just hit the plus sign. And I actually like doing like at least 1 glue. When I start like consistently making over, I believe it's like, I don't know, this is like 50,000 and this is 40. So when I consistently start making over 100,000, every day, which it's something that you should be able to do now anyway. I want to go ahead and do this, but since I'm actually saving up for my gear slot, I don't want to go too crazy maxing it out. So once I get my thing, whatever, because you need 3 vending machine items to do your dailies. So this one of these could technically count as one of the things that you need. So, right, this is a given. You have to buy this because it's 1 white tab for a bunch of different awesome things. Sometimes it's a coin, sometimes it's lotto tickets, and sometimes it's offering speeds. So why would you not? I usually don't spend any black tabs at all, not even in the early stages on reagents. I just don't. I feel like the game gives you enough of them, and personally, I don't. So I'm going to leave it at this. So yeah, I back off, and that's set. So every time I hit the batch system, it's always going to buy just that. Now the metal place, the museum metal shop area, I want to always buy all of these. Even if I only have 360 metals, I'm always going to get these 3 coins, 100% full stop. What else am I going to buy? I'm not going to buy any of this stuff right here. I'm not going to buy any of this. I'm not going to buy any of this. Not buying anything else. That's all I'm buying in the museum metal shop, because the only thing I want from there is the coins, and eventually I am going to, like, right now I'm currently saving up 50,000. So I'm trying to buy this helmet right here. It's a weapon that you can use. It gets you I think it's white tabs. Yeah, if you're lucky, it drops wipe tabs and stuff like that. But behind it, there's 100,000. One of these guys, the Crystal of Will. There's going to be another. There's going to be this one, and I don't know what's after that. But there's going to be then another thing behind that you're going to need for Hella, and that's going to be way in the future. But I'm literally saving all of my medals for those because they're such high ticket items that you might as well start saving for them as soon as you can. There is really no need for you to buy any of these things, like travel speed ups. You have a time machine. Sure, these are definitely worth getting, the postcards and stuff. The alchemy, the alchemy for reagents, not necessary. You get plenty of master scrolls and grand master scrolls. The intel from different areas, like these are all different intels from, like, this is America. I don't know. This is Yamato. Yeah. Okay. So it's like intel that you're no longer. It doesn't. You're not. It's not necessary. If you wanted to really get the intel, you could actually go back, use a couple speed ups, and you'll get some intel. And honestly, whatever. It's it's behind you. You don't need it anymore. So personally, I don't go for it. What else can we do here? So for some reason, it wasn't on, so now it is on. So I make sure that I double, triple, quadruple check. I always want to make sure that's right. The punch points. Okay, this is where it gets a little complicated because sometimes it won't buy you the tickets if you don't have enough punch points. So if I check every day regardless, because sometimes you might have enough to get the arms. So I always buy the arm as soon as I can afford it, but not before I can afford the tickets, the pickaxes, my mutant DNA, and my slime. So right now, as soon as I hit 2450, it's gonna basically grab that on a weekly basis, and you should be getting that because you should be going into the arena. And again, if you're buying enough of these controllers, right, you should be able to go into the arena, and every time you win or lose, you get 50 back. And then the higher you go in rank, they give you like 3, 4, sometimes 7,000 punch points, so that you can basically buy one of those arms. So it's like, hey, you might as well get the controllers, use the controllers. And then this one right here is just going to be something that's just gonna, it's just, that's your dailies. Instead of it being the whole thing for dailies, it's just gonna be one little section where you come in and you claim all. It's neatly truncated in one area. Now we can hit the batch process. It'll give us the results. If you scroll up and down real quick, if you just like hold down on your screen, it'll speed it up for you a little bit. What I like to do is I like to, up and down it a little bit so it doesn't immediately go to the bottom, because I like to see that it's doing the right thing. I want to make sure, okay, so harvested my home resources. It got me some shrooms, it got me some wood, all that, etc. It bought those controllers that I really wanted, and got some quantum amps, so I didn't even have to look in there. These other places are all the other places where I asked it to do. It even fought in the arena for me. It lost, but it's fine. It passed one time, the gene simulator, sweet. And then it says 2 batches failed and batch completed. So the batch failure is drone production, because that happens on a timely basis, and it's just it checks for it. It's like, oh, I can't do it, and it doesn't do it. Perfect. Where's my other failure? So this one failed right here, multiplayer display. So I exhibited one incident and that was successful, but the other one failed because for whatever reason, maybe I didn't have what it needed or what it requested in the species war section. And so if that's the case, then the game doesn't care. It just says, okay, you're gonna have to go look. Here it's highlighting it because I have one, and because and that's fine. I'm not worried about that. The next time I log in, I'll just get another one, and that'll fix itself. So, and even still, it could hold, this section right here can hold a total of 20. If you're sitting on 20, you've basically been AFK for like a day or two. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, just go into your batch system, it'll automatically grab it for you, and you're good. So that's how that works. All right. hope that was helpful. And that was the batch system for the newbie guides. If you guys have any questions, should have been able to cover everything here for you. If you guys ever have issues, a lot of the issues could be because some of the things that you guys chose could have hurt you. For example, like exploration. If you ask the exploration to auto explore for you and you're like, I never asked it to do that. Well, it's because it's right here. I don't do it because I like to know. First of all, I like to know like how much time I have left, and it'll say like I have 5 hours left. I would like to speed this up with 5 hours left because I can get the gentleman's reward at the end for speeding something up over 4 hours. So if the batch system is doing it for you, it's only going to wait till it's done, right? So it's not done yet, right? So I want to do it not later, now. You know, it'll refresh it for you. Now, if you don't have the time, you can always set it up that way, and that's fine too. So anyway, I'll leave it at that. See you guys on the next one. Peace.